Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The day began like any other for Dr. John Finnegan. The usually calm and collected doctor walked into the hospital, unaware that his entire life was about to be shaken to its very core. What he discovered that day would not only challenge everything he thought he knew about his family, but would also place his marriage and future into jeopardy. The call that changed everything Finn was reviewing patient charts when his phone buzzed repeatedly with a message from an unknown number. He ignored it at first, assuming it was just another misdeal or hospital inquiry. But then a second message appeared. You deserve to know the truth about your bloodline. Meet me. Normally, Finn would brush off something so cryptic, but something about the wording gnawed at him. As someone who had grown up in the shadow of secrets, most notably learning far too late that Sheila Carter, one of the most dangerous women in Los Angeles, was his biological mother, he couldn't ignore the eerie feeling in his gut. He replied cautiously, asking who it was, but the only response he received was an address. The abandoned warehouse after work, Finn decided to check out the location, fully aware he might be stepping into something dangerous. He arrived at an old abandoned warehouse on the edge of town, where dim flickering lights cast long, unsettling shadows across the lot. He called Steffi to let her know he was running late, avoiding too much detail so as not to worry her. Inside, a woman in her late 40s emerged from the darkness. She had piercing green eyes and an expression torn between fear and determination. "You don't know me, but I know you," she said nervously. "And I know who you really are, Dr. Finnegan." Finn froze. "Who are you?" The woman hesitated before finally speaking. "My name is Claire Montgomery. I knew your birth parents. All of them." The document that changed his life, Claire handed him a thick envelope. Inside were old documents, birth certificates, adoption records, and what looked like old hospital files. One paper caught his attention. It listed Sheila Carter as his mother, something he already knew, but what shocked him was the name listed under father, Jack Finnegan, crossed out and replaced with another name. A name Finn had never seen before. "This can't be right," Finn whispered, his voice trembling. Claire nodded solemnly. "Your father isn't Jack. He never was. He adopted you under questionable circumstances. The man listed here, Vincent Carlisle, was your biological father, and he's still alive." Finn stumbled back, his heart racing. For his entire life, he had believed that Jack Finnegan was his father, even if their relationship had been complicated and distant. Now this stranger was telling him that everything was a lie. The link to Forrester Creations, but that wasn't the only shocking piece of information. Buried deeper in the envelope were financial records showing decades of secret payments between Vincent Carlisle and a mysterious corporate account linked to Forrester Creations. Claire explained that Vincent had once worked in textiles and had a long-standing connection with the Forrester family, but it ended badly and dangerously. Vincent blamed the Forresters for destroying his career. And Sheila, well, she saw an opportunity. You were never supposed to know. But something big is happening again, Finn. The Forresters are in danger, and so are you. The emotional fallout at home when Finn returned home that night. Steffi noticed immediately that something was wrong. "What happened? Did something happen at the hospital?" she asked, concerned. Finn struggled to find the words, eventually handing her the documents. "Steffi, Jack isn't my father. I've been lied to my whole life." Steffi skimmed through the papers, shocked beyond words. "Oh my God, Finn, are you sure this is real?" "It's real," Finn said, his voice cracking. "And it gets worse. Whoever my father really is, he's tied to the Forresters. Someone is targeting us, Steffi. I need to know why." The Sheila factor things escalated further when Sheila Carter appeared the next day at the hospital, acting unusually nervous. When Finn confronted her, she initially denied everything, but her expression gave her away. "You met Claire, didn't you?" Sheila asked sharply, her eyes darting. "You lied to me my entire life. You let me think Jack was my father when all along," Finn began. "Jack was a safer choice than Vincent," Sheila snapped. "Vincent Carlisle is dangerous. He's worse than I ever was. That man has enemies everywhere, and he would have used you as a pawn. I kept you safe." Finn laughed bitterly. "Safe? You shot me, Sheila. You put a bullet in me and Steffi. Don't talk to me about keeping anyone safe." Sheila's expression softened briefly. "Finn, he knows you exist now. He's coming, and he'll destroy everything you love." The mysterious break-in later that night, as Steffi and Finn were trying to process everything, they were startled by a loud crash downstairs of the Cliff house. Finn grabbed a baseball bat and ran down to find their home had been broken into. The door was ajar, papers scattered everywhere, and a photo of Steffi and the kids torn in half. A note was pinned to the wall with a knife. "Stay out of my business, or pay the price." The confrontation with Jack Finn wasted no time confronting Jack the following day. "Why didn't you tell me? Why did you pretend to be my father when you knew I wasn't your son?" he demanded. Jack, visibly shaken, finally admitted the truth. Sheila had begged him to adopt Finn to keep him safe from Vincent Carlisle, who at the time had been involved with dangerous crime syndicates. "I did what I thought was best, John. I wanted to protect you from him, from the life he led. But I should have told you the truth." Finn, torn between anger and gratitude, told Jack he couldn't forgive him, not yet. "You had no right to decide who I am, Jack. That was my choice to make." The final shocking twist just when Finn thought things couldn't get worse. A call came in from the Los Angeles Police Department. Vincent Carlisle had been spotted in town. And he wasn't alone. Security footage showed him meeting with none other than Sheila Carter. Steffi, standing beside Finn as he received the call, turned pale. "This isn't over, is it?" she whispered. Finn shook his head. "No, Steffi, this is just beginning." The cliffhanger of the episode ended with Finn watching an old surveillance tape from Forrester Creations. In it, Vincent Carlisle could be seen walking the halls late at night, bypassing security systems like he had done it before. On his wrist was a bracelet engraved with a name, John. Finn realized with horror that Vincent had known about him for years and had been watching him all along. "Why now?" Finn muttered to himself. "What do you want from me?" The camera panned out on Finn's face, filled with fear, anger, and determination, as the credits rolled. It was clear the bold and the beautiful world had just been rocked by a secret so explosive it would affect every Forrester, Logan, and Finnegan for years to come. End of today's episode. Shocking news. Finn's shocking discovery.